Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Blake and today we're talking about how to get free shipping supplies for online reseller platforms like Poshmark, Vinted, Mercari, anywhere that uses USPS Ground Advantage. These are free supplies that you can obtain. Now, we're going to talk about a couple of the sizes that I have on hand and also how you go about ordering these supplies. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna put over here a screen recording of me ordering the supplies or going through that process on the Poshmark app to order the USPS Ground Advantage available parcel holders. Packaging, there we go. And I will say this, I don't know how to get these without doing it through Poshmark. So if someone knows, drop it in the comments. But for me, I've been ordering them through Poshmark and it's quite simple. It's a little hard to find, but once you find it, it's easy. I will say, these do not come in a timely fashion. These do take a little bit of time to get to you, but again, they're free, can't complain, great. So let's talk about the first couple of sizes. So we've got this box. This is a roughly 12 by 12 by 8.5. This is a nice square shaped box. Again, free. They'll all come flat and you can order them in different quantities. And don't worry if you're not like a volume, you're not shipping a ton, you can get on some of the products like lesser quantities. I did. And then if that changes, you just order more. But this is the first size. So it's a 12 by 12 by 8.5. You can pack that up, pack it up, and ship it out in the mail. Now, just like the priority mail, which is what you used to be able to send for all of these platforms, it does have printed the service on the inside. So you can't like repurpose this box and like flip it inside out like you would maybe like an Amazon box or a Walmart box, whatever. So make sure you're using it for USPS Ground Advantage items. Speaking of priority mail, I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk about that real quick. This is what we formerly were very aware of. This is the padded mailer. You can go to the post office right now and there is a display full of priority mail items. Now, for those that are unaware, priority mail got crazy expensive and a lot of these online platforms, because there's so much shipping, have negotiated rates, and I believe Ground Advantage really blew up because of that, scenario. But these can no longer be used for Poshmark, Mercari, Vinted, etc. because they do not ship priority mail. Now you're probably gonna hear me say that a lot, and it's USPS Ground Advantage present day, but it's very important to remember because if you get your label or you put the label on your package and it's USPS Ground Advantage and it's this mailer or a priority mailer, they're not gonna let you ship that. So just pay attention, get your supplies, or reuse and recycle some of your own, and we'll get to that at the end. Okay, so next up is the shoebox. I'm very happy that they made one of these the staples of the available Ground Advantage free supplies, because a lot of people ship shoes, myself included, but it's also really good for things that are a little bit longer. This size is a basically 15 by 7.75 by 5 and almost a half. So it's, it's a really versatile box. As you saw in a previous video, I put an iPad case in here because the downside to the free supplies is there is not really a small version of package. So like a priority mailer, you remember the small priority mail boxes? Those were perfect for like small things like a wallet or, small things. I do not believe that they come any smaller than what this 9.5 by 12.5 would be. I believe that is as small as it gets, which could be worse. But sometimes I just feel a little wasteful, but it is what it is. So this is a wonderful option for shoes and anything a little bit longer or thicker. Great. Okay, and then we have three poly or envelope options. I only have two with me because the other one is still stuck in transit. Again, don't order it for a specific date, but there are two, and these are big. These are two, there's one poly, there's one paper padded, which I kind of like. It's very durable. You know, you can cut this up and there's gonna be like stuff floating around, but it's a nice option to have. It's quite large. Speaking of large, this is a 14.5 by 20. So these are large. Both of them are gigantic, and these are good for jackets, bulky clothes, multiple, like a bundle of sorts. Keep in mind, you can, unlike the boxes, you can put something smaller in here and then fold the poly mailer and then seal it like this if you wanted. And again, I do that because sometimes there is not a smaller envelope option. But speaking of this particular poly, there is, I believe, a padded poly. That's what I'm expecting. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I believe it's something similar to this size. It's not this gigantic, but just for size comparison, like she's a hefty envelope. So, you know, flexibility, durability, these are very strong. They're printed USPS grounded bandage on both sides. They have a very durable strip inside, you know, a nice poly, which I appreciate immensely. And then again, this has a self-adhese tab. You just put that on there, tighten it up. There you go, ship it out in the mail. Now, like I said, with the exception of the padded poly in the USPS grounded Vantage, I believe that's all of the sizes. So there's not like a ton of options like there was for the priority mail. There was square, rectangle, small, padded envelope, not padded, envelope. Like there was a lot of options. However, again, free, makes it easy. They deliver it to your home. Bada bing, bada boom. Love that. But say you don't have these yet, say you don't have priority mail, but you do have some boxes, maybe you ordered from Amazon or Walmart or Target or Shein, like wherever you ordered from, but you're like, can I use that? Yes, you can. So I have a Amazon box here that I'm saving from when I sell something a little bit longer, flatter, maybe like a vinyl or a calendar, just something, maybe not a calendar, but you know what I'm saying? Something that's applicable. But the only thing that I would recommend you do, which actually you absolutely should do, is remove the shipping label, of course. Depending on how destructed the box is, there's a motorcycle. You can take off the tape, although I find that this like this dry tape that you get wet and then seal, I find that these are actually very strong, so I just tape right over it. And you're fine to put your mail in this. This could be for anything. USPS grounded Vantage, priority mail, whatever. That's the nice part about recycling boxes. Sometimes you don't have any on hand, so it's, you know, also something where you have to create a box yourself. So I've also taken a box like this, chopped it in half, and made my own little like half box. Again, that is not something you can do with a USPS grounded Vantage. Do not alter the boxes. I know I think you could do that with the priority mail prior, but I just would not do that for your time and energy. But also, like, I've used a Premier protein box, you know, that have the protein shakes. I've unadhesed it, turned it inside out, and it's just plain cardboard, and I've reused that. So really get scrappy with what's available. I also live in a condo where we have communal recycling, and mostly people break down their boxes. So if I've needed to, I've like looked in the dry recycle to look and find something that I could put into a box form or shape it and reuse, reduce, recycle. Just, you know, that's kind of the name of the game when you're doing these flips and things on these secondhand platforms. So that is how you get some free shipping supplies. If you have any questions, link it down below. Again, you order them through Poshmark, and if you know another way, please comment down below. But you order them through Poshmark, and then you can use them for any mail that is being shipped USPS or grounded Vantage. And again, I'm going to show you what that looks like so you do not get it confused. USPS grounded Vantage. So again, you can use that Poshmark, Vinted, Mercari, eBay, whatever is USPS grounded Vantage, okay? No more priority. You can still mail like on your own personal stuff. You can go to the post office and like put something in for a birthday or whatever, go ahead. but that will have a priority label. If it's not priority, it's not in priority. If it's not USPS Ground Advantage, it's not USPS Ground Advantage. But it can be a no-name box with a USPS Ground Advantage label or a priority label. Whatever you need to ship, just make sure if it's Ground Advantage, it says Ground Advantage. If it says priority, it says priority. Am I sounding redundant? Just want to make sure the message is clear. Get your free supplies and, happy selling. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.